Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to another pick a card reading. So today I'm going to focus upon what are the unique gifts or strengths that you have. It could be supernatural, it could be something very common, it could be anything. But to know one's strength is very important. To leverage upon the strength is even more important, because sometimes we are so engrossed or so much determined to work on our weaknesses, and we lose so much time and energy and feel so motivated. Rather than if we work little more on our strengths, we would get quick success and we can celebrate more in life. And once we are little more successful, it's easy to overcome our weaknesses, because we somehow have so much of willpower and motivation to deal with our weaknesses then. So let's get started. We have pile 1, we have pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. So pile 1, this is your reading. So let's see what's your strength. Your strength is to deal with emotions in a very beautiful way. Somehow your emotions are always very much powerful to help you to handle your life in a meaningful way. Usually it's very difficult for most of the people when the emotions are so deep and so the word that I want to use is something of more like a trap. It's not a trap exactly, but emotions are some kind of traps, and most of the people cannot handle these emotions, so they learn to actually ignore it, and they work almost like a machine, an artificial intelligence kind of machine, and they don't have any kind of emotional intelligence, emotional quotient, and then they really struggle very hard to empathize with people. But for you, your strength is to deal with your own emotions, and whenever you are caught in an emotional situation or a tough situation, your emotions and your emotions with your loved ones stand like a pillar for you to come out of that tough situation. So let's see what other strengths do you have. Because your emotions are so strong and you know how to use your emotions for your betterment, you always move forward. You can never move back. The only problem is that when the emotions are quite high and overwhelming, sometimes you forget to calm down, take rest, let the emotions to settle down. You are constantly using that energy to move forward, which is very good, but sometimes you really have to calm down, take some rest and move forward after that, because sometimes it's like you have used your emotional energy, and it's coming because the source is your own consciousness, your subconsciousness. It's not coming from your environment, it's not coming from the people around you. So you are using your heart, you are using your mind, you are using your soul to move forward in life, to find the strength. But if you don't take strength, somewhere your body will not support you, because the body is exhausted in channelizing all these sources of strengths that you have. And because your body is channelizing it as an instrument, the instrument always needs some oiling, the instrument always needs some relaxation. You cannot run the car 24/7 every day and night. It won't work. You need some oiling, you need some kind of breaks in between, otherwise the car will get overheated, the engine will get overheated and will stop working. Same as you. So for you, it is a good idea to relax once in a while. You should go to spas for massage therapies. It's very good if you, especially in current times, you cannot go to massage therapies and all. So it might be a good thing for you to take some oil on your palms and rub it like this, and then rub it on your feet, on the bottom of your feet, and rub it while, maybe you can do it while watching television or something like that. It will activate all the sensors in your body, and it will give you some relaxation feeling, and later you can wash your hands and your feet, and it will give you good time to rest and relax. So let's see one final strength. But I'm very impressed with you, how you handle your emotions and how you use your emotions as your strength to succeed in life. And you have tremendous power to find success. That's the best thing. And then, wow, the sun and moon card coming together. It's like you are meant to do something great with your emotional strength. Only thing is that first you need to learn how to channelize your energies in a proper way from your emotions, and use it at the right time, not get bursting out when the emotions are high and then just collapsing because the engine is overworked. If once you learn that, so doing some kind of self-relaxation exercises will help you. Massages would help you. You can also do head massage. Pour some oil on your head and massage with your own hands. It will activate a lot of points on your hands, on your skull, and then repeat the same thing on the bottom of your foot, and it will activate some points there, and you will feel very energized. So that's your reading, pile 1. I hope this was helpful for you. So do let me know if you try these massages at home. How does it feel? I'll be very much happy to listen to your thoughts about it. So pile 2, let's see what's your strength. Wow, your strength is to start new projects, and it's as simple as that. But your strength is to take calculated risk. That's more precise. You take very calculative risk, and you are not scared of taking such risk. You are usually the go-getter kind of person, even if you know the path to succeed is tough. You still go and try to achieve something. That attitude is your strength, rather than the ability to take risk or something. The attitude itself is your strength, because if somebody destroys that attitude by brainwashing you, you are no one and you would not succeed in anything. So if somebody is trying to stop you to do something big, or trying to take risk, or somebody's constantly demotivating you, you know what to do with that person. You simply have to ignore that person or ask them to shut their mouth. You have to be very straightforward with that. Let's see how this strength helps you in your life. It helps to bring you a lot of clarity, and it also, the word that is coming to me or given to me is shrewdness. You are very focused in a very shrewd way, that I want A, and I will not compromise for B or C. I just want A and I'll focus for that. A is more important for me, and I will go ahead and achieve that or get that. Some people they are ready to take risk, and then they agree for anything that is little better than what they already have, and they are satisfied with that. You really don't get satisfied with anything which is B grade or C grade. You need the best, and you always strive for that, and you succeed in getting that. That's a good thing. And then this card was very eager to come out, which was talks about firm foundation. You are standing on a very strong foundation. You are materially at a very strong foundation right now. Even if you don't have a good bank balance, or even if you don't have a great set of resources backing you, but somehow you always manage to find some kind of resource that can back you and take care of you at the time of need. You really have that power to succeed in your life, and you always get good people to support you. That is your strength. You have that convincing skill. If you are in a meeting where you have to convince some kind of investors to invest in your project, somehow magically you turn around their thoughts in such a way that they agree to invest in you or in your project. The only problem with you is your fear, or not even fear, what you expect from yourself. You should expect little more high than what I already said, that you try to achieve A, but then you are meant to have things bigger than even what is considered to be best. You actually have to aim for excellence, something which is not even there right now, but with your creativity, with your ability to take risk, you can motivate others to create something even more better for you, and you would actually have all the resources to buy something of that kind, or create something of that kind and offer to others. Somehow you have set your standards very low, and you need to move little higher on your to-do list kind of things of your standards, because you have great strength and ability to achieve anything that you want. Especially these three cards are quite strong in that way. You can actually let go of a lot of resources if you feel confident. Right now your confidence level is low, and that's why you sometimes, even if you have the resource, you don't go ahead and spend it, because you are little doubtful about whether this is my territory or not. Everything is your territory, darling. Don't worry about that. That's what they're saying. And they're saying in that way. So, pile 3, this is your reading. What are the strengths that pile 3 has? You have a lot of mental strengths. Oh, we have 3 cards. First of all, you have a lot of mental strengths, mental abilities. Nobody can beat that. You are so strong in your mental abilities that if somebody can, this is like, at least holds good to most of the Indians, especially South Indians. If somebody gives them to multiply some 5-digit number with another 5-digit number, they might do it without using pen and paper and calculator. So that kind of mental ability possibly is quite high for some of you, but because this is a general reading, I might shy away from generalizing that all of you have that kind of ability, but some of you might have. If you do have that, please let me know in the comments. But processing of data, huge data, something that happening behind the scenes, behind reading in between the lines is your strength. You really can understand what is happening. You can see how much people are suffering in silence without communicating what is happening, and you can read it on their face. Even if they are not telling you, you can read it on their face, and you have the ability to see that what's happening with them. And then you also have the ability to cut your cords with them, because sometimes gets really emotional when they read in between the lines, because it's so difficult to not help someone who is in the need of help, but you can give them that help in a very balanced way. We'll come to this card in a while, but what I'm saying here is that you can give them all the help that you can, but then after that, you know that your duty there is over, and you can very easily move on, switch over from there, not to be very tensed about what's happening in others' life. It's not that you are selfish, it is that you know your healthy boundaries. You know that you cannot change someone's pattern or habits. You can offer them help, but the other person has to do something on their own. That is also a very big strength, because a lot of people have this weakness that they cannot say no to others. You are not that kind of person. You are someone who can say no at the right moment and move on with your life very peacefully. That's where this balance card comes here. Spiritual, material and spiritual prosperity, which is Six of Pentacles. You know how much to give others, and after that you don't have any expectations that you gave something to someone, so they have to give you something in return. You don't have such kind of stupid expectations. You know how much you can give at a certain point in time, so that you have enough resources for yourself to take care of yourself and still help others. And once you have given them the help that they need, you move on. You don't wait to see what they're doing with your resources or what they're doing with your help, because it's their decision, and what they do is personal, and you don't care about that. And that boundary and that identification of things, what is not very clearly in front of the eyes, or something which is not written on the dotted lines, but it is behind the scene, in between the lines, to pick up those energies is your strength. And let's see what other cards want to come out for your reading. Hey, I thought I was holding the deck in reverse position, but not. And all the three cards were in upside down. I actually turned it. So, solitude, standing on your ground, and financial and material changes, all in reverse. I'm happy to see this card in reverse, financial material change in reverse. But sometimes you feel that you are rude. You feel that sense of guilt because you are moving on, not waiting to see whether the other person really used your support in the right way or not, whether you should stay back and educate them. You feel very guilty about that, but don't worry about that, because if you actually wait to do that, you will end up giving up your personal energy, your personal resources, which is only meant for you, and you will suffer after that. So it's a very good idea to cut off and move on. Don't feel guilty about that. And then this card here, solitude, coming in reverse, is saying that somewhere you need to develop that maturity little more about not feeling guilty about your own self, because you are on the right path. Whatever you're doing right now is great, and you should continue doing that. So that's your reading, pile 3. I hope it resonated with you. Please share your comments. It's really helpful if I can know what's happening in your life, so that I can do better readings in future. So that's your reading, pile 3. Pile 4, let's see what's happening in your reading. And there's already 2 cards coming out. What are your strengths? Conflict and defeat and patience and planning. Wow. Balance. Okay, you have ability to handle tough situations. You somehow have this ability to identify who is a potential problem maker in your life, and you usually don't go after them like cutting them off or trying to complain about them or trying to take revenge from them. You usually use your past experiences and you plan with a lot of patience to neutralize that person or help that person to understand that one should not be getting into such kind of problem creation for each other. You are quite mature. Your maturity is your strength. You try to balance out energies as clearly as possible, but then what I see here is that you have a very strong sense of identifying the problem makers in your team, in your house, in your organization, in your friend circle, and you know how to deal with them. That is your strength. And somehow you always plan a lot of things around such people so that you can create a certain kind of experience for them, those people, so that they can understand how they are creating problems for you or someone else in your environment, and then you create such kind of situations for them so that they realize and they stop being that, I don't want to use that person as that word, 3-letter word starting with A, but you help them realize that they are acting like one of such person, and they don't have to be, and that's your strength. You are almost like a cleanser. You clean a lot of things for others in your environment, and you allow others to understand how to cleanse their own space also. Let's see what else the cards are telling about your strengths. As I said that you are a kind of cleanser, and then we have Sun card, the light card, which is all about it's almost bringing that analogy that sun can kill all the bacteria, sun can kill all the viruses, and the vitamin D is a good source of building up immunity. You bring that immunity in your environment, and you bring that positiveness, and you bring that cleanliness. So something that I was describing in a very different way was reinstated by the sun card. And then we have material harvest. You have that long vision, futuristic vision, how to get benefits for yourself, and you don't actually just limit the benefits to yourself. You also see that people around you are also benefited for the longest period of time. You believe in this whole thing that donating a fish to someone will feed that person once, but helping the person to learn how to catch a fish, then that person can feed himself or herself for the longest period of time. You believe in that you should help others to learn how to solve problems, and also your strength is also to teach, to cleanse the environment for others and for yourself, and to harvest great benefits, financial benefits for yourself for a longer period of time. You never do anything for short term. You always do everything for long term, keeping long term in your mind. This is the last card that I picked. and you are very quick about making decisions. That's what I would say with this card, and that's your strength again. And also, I'll be very curious if you have a benefic planet in a very positive situation in your birth chart, or uh, not so benefic planet, like we in Sanskrit we say Krur Graha. I don't know the English translation of that. Like Saturn, Mars would be Krur Grahas. If these planets are situated in bad houses, like negative houses, then they give a lot of positive energy, because negative cancels the negativity of one, negativity cancels the other negativity, something like that. So I somehow, seeing this card, I see that your birth chart is also quite powerful. That is your strength. The placements of the stars in your chart is also quite powerful, giving you a lot of strengths and possibilities in your life. So if you are aware of your birth chart, that's good. If you are not, whenever you feel comfortable, get it analyzed by some astrologer, someone who is very good at his or her work. So just don't go to any random astrologer. Having said that, thank you so much. Until next time, bye bye and namaste.